One of the things that I was puzzling about, or one of the things that I was thinking about, was that how do I know which CPU is supported on a certain programming platform? Or on a certain programming software, whether it's GX Developer, GXWorks 2, or GXWorks 3. And I did struggle to find like a good way or one way to, to always go about it and like always being sure. Maybe there is, I'd be happy to hear about it. But for me, what I've found is that the programming software also has a way of intuitively leading you to selecting the correct programming software that you're supposed to be using to program a particular CPU. So for example, say you are working on GXWorks 3 and then you are programming a Q CPU. So let's say new project, you're gonna start the new project, and with GXWorks 3 you're gonna go to obviously Q mode CPUs, and then immediately, because you're on GXWorks 3 and you've selected the series, immediately everything is grayed out. And look at what happens when you click OK. Okay, this is just asking me if I want to save this other projects that I had saved. I'm just gonna say no. Maybe let me start this again. I'm gonna close that, then we open. So you are on GXWorks 3, you have a Q mode CPU that you want to program, and you're gonna say new project. And the moment you go to Q mode series of controllers, the other stuff is grayed out. And then the moment you press OK, look at what happens. It immediately takes you to GXWorks 2. So already at the top, although it says GXWorks 3, but you can already see that the interface is for GXWorks 2. So this is the way that the programming software is telling you that the Q mode CPUs are not supported on GXWorks 3. So now you're here, you selected Q mode, and then you can then select whichever CPU that you are using for your particular project, and then you're gonna say OK. And then now it has created the project for you on the GXWorks 2 interface, and then you can then carry on with your project. So those are some of the things that I picked up to understanding how do you make a decision on which programming software to use based on a particular CPU. Another thing that you can also look at is, for instance, if you are working on the FX series of CPU, GXWorks 2 only supports a certain range of the FX series of CPUs, and once you go past a certain range, then GXWorks 3 takes over. And the way that you see that is, if you are gonna start a new project and then we're gonna select the FX series, you can see that for the FX series, GXWorks 2 only supports up to the FX3U and the FX3UC of the FX series. But when we switch to GXWorks 3, with GXWorks 3, if we're gonna say new project, we can see that GXWorks 3 goes up to the FX5 CPU, and then you can then select the corresponding model for the FX5 CPU. But if you are just gonna select FX CPU, this is grayed out, and then when you click OK, it will immediately take you to GXWorks 2, which supports the other older FX series of PLCs. So that's one of the ways that you can move around to determine which programming software that you can use on the particular CPU that you are programming.